Hey everybody, Dave here. Today I'm going to teach you how to play Monopoly Bid. Monopoly Bid's an auction game where players are going to be trying to collect 3 sets of properties in order to win. Using various money and action cards, players are going to be bidding to collect sets of property cards. Cards like these with various numbers of cards that you're going to need in order to collect a complete set. To set up the game, take the property cards with the blue backs, shuffle them up and put them in a pile. Take the money and action cards, shuffle them up and place them in another pile, and leave a space for a discard pile next to it. Money cards range in value from $1 to $5. And there's 4 types of action cards that you can use on your turn that will allow you to steal a card from an opponent, draw 2 additional cards, use a card as a wild to complete a set of properties, or use the nope card to cancel actions played by other players. At the start of the game, you're going to deal each player 5 cards. If any player has a starting hand that doesn't have any money cards, which we already have some here, you'll discard your hand and draw 5 new cards. Monopoly Bid is played in rounds, and each round is going to be an auction. Starting with the youngest player who's going to start the game and rotating clockwise, players are going to take turn hosting auctions, trying to get the property cards. So the way that the turns are going to work is at the start of the turn, everybody's going to draw a card into their hand, like this. Next, the player is going to be able to play any action cards from their hand, and this is only going to be the player who is the host to play one. Then after playing an action card, or as many action cards as you'd like, then we'll flip over the top card of the auction pile, and this particular card will go up for auction. So if we take a look at these property cards, first you're going to see the color, and then you're going to see this number down in the lower corner. This is going to tell you how many cards you're going to need to be able to complete this set. Now, in the property cards, there is enough cards to make one complete set for each of the colors in the game, but you can use wild cards to complete sets, so it is possible that you can complete multiple sets of the same color, or multiple players can have sets of the same color as well. Once the property card goes up for auction, players are going to secretly select money cards from their hand to bid to win that particular property card that's up for auction. They can choose as many cards as they like, or they can choose not to participate in the auction at all. So what each player is going to do is they're going to secretly select a number of cards, and then they will simultaneously reveal them. The player hosting the auction is going to go 1, 2, 3, bid, and everybody's going to simultaneously reveal the cards that they were used to bid for the auction. What we'll end up doing is tallying up who had the highest bid, and they're going to win that card in the auction. In the case of a tie, players can continue to add money cards to their bid in order to have the highest one in order to win. If nobody chose to bid, then this particular card will go back to the bottom of the draw pile. In this case, you can see this player bid $4, this player bid $3, and this player bid $1. What will happen then is the winner of the auction will discard their money cards and take this card and place it in front of them. Everybody else will go ahead and return their money cards to their hand, and then play is going to continue to the player on their left. That's how a round of Monopoly Bid works. So this player had started as the first host for the auctions, so then the next player is going to in turn now be the host. So everyone will draw a card, and then we're going to continue on. This is the hand of cards for the player that will be hosting an auction, and there is no limit to the number of cards that we can have in our hand. So, since everybody drew a card, they have the option to play as many of the action cards as they would like. So this player is going to decide that they're going to want to draw 2 additional cards to be able to get possibly more money cards. Now, at this time, any other player could go ahead and play one of these nope cards from their hand to cancel that action to prevent me from drawing cards. If somebody did play one of the nope cards, this player could then in turn use a nope card to cancel that nope, and it could turn into a little bit of a card battle. But for this point, nobody's going to play a nope card, so they will draw 2 additional cards into their hand. The next card comes up for auction, And we're going to continue with the bidding. Most of the auction again says 1, 2, 3 bid, and players are going to again reveal the cards that they're using for bidding for this particular auction. So we see this player hosting the auction bid 5, this player over here bid 6, and this player here only bid 2. So what's going to happen is this player is going to go ahead and discard their 6 money. This is going to go in front of them, and these cards will then return to their player's hand. And it's going to be this player's turn. Again, players are going to draw a card at the beginning of the turn, and this player will now have the opportunity to play action cards from their hand. So they like the fact that this player over here has a set of cards that only needs 2 cards. This is a very, very lucrative card to have. So what they're going to decide to do is they are going to attempt to steal it. So they're going to say, I'm going to play this, I'm going to steal this card. That could be the case. However, this player can say nope, and they're going to cancel that, and this card will come back to them. The host of the auction is going to not play any more action cards, so what will happen is the next card will go up for auction, and we are going to continue around until players have 3 complete sets of cards. One of the interesting things in Monopoly Bid is that players can make deals to trade properties. They can offer cards, they can offer other properties. So for example, if we're looking here, maybe this player over here would really like to have that other magenta card in their hand, so they may decide to offer the other player saying, I will give you these 2 property cards for that magenta property card. If the deal goes in place like that, this card will come over here and will become an even more powerful set. Now, if it happens to be this player as the host on their turn and they haven't played any action cards yet, they could turn around and use a wild card to complete that set. Once you have a complete set, players cannot attempt to steal cards from a complete set. This could be a critical move in terms of trying to win the game, but you can make deals, and that's one of the things that makes Monopoly Bid an exciting game. If at any point during the game the draw pile runs out, just take the discard pile, give it a quick shuffle, and continue on. Play is going to continue until one player gets all 3 sets of property cards in front of them that they need. So for example, this player, if that was their turn, they could end the game with a couple of wilds, unless somebody gives them a nope, and they have to keep going. So use your actions wisely. Oh yeah. And bid competitively. 1, 2, 3, bid. There's 1 bid, there's another bid, and there's another bid. Be smart about it, and you can be the winner.